Let me say this to you. A big reason why I haven't been on these popular white podcasts is because I understand racism and how it operates. No matter what you learn from me, you're not going to change your ways. Right. Because there's no Caucasian on earth that's going to abdicate their white privilege so black people can get a fair opportunity. So for me, it's almost a waste of time to have a conversation about race and racism with white people because you're never going to change.
Yes.
You do not change racism. You destroy it. You see that? So when I sit back and I get these invitations from these white podcasters, I know what y'all want to talk about. Y'all want the Dr. Umar shock moment,
yes,
and y'all willing to pay me for it.
Yes.
That's all right. But at the end of the day, I value my time. And for me to sit down and have conversations about race and racism with people who are never going to stop being racist is a waste of my damn time.
That's a fact.
I have nothing to prove to Caucasians.
Fans were counting down the days. The hype was real. And then, nothing. Dr. Umar Johnson, the viral powerhouse known for his fiery opinions and explosive interviews, didn't show up. No explanation, no heads up. Just empty chairs and endless speculation. Social media erupted. Memes, hot takes, and debates flooded every platform. Was it strategy, controversy, or something personal? Today, we break down everything. The timeline, the insider reports, the fan theories, and why this no-show could change Dr. Umar's legacy forever. You don't want to miss this. It all started with a highly anticipated announcement. Dr. Umar Johnson was scheduled to appear on one of the most talked about YouTube podcasts of the year. Fans immediately buzzed with excitement. The host teased the episode on social media, promising an explosive conversation filled with insight, bold statements, and of course, controversy. Everyone marked their calendars, set reminders, and waited eagerly. But then, nothing happened. On the day of recording, Dr. Umar didn't appear. The host went live, cameras rolling, seats empty, and microphones silent. In a brief statement, the host said, "We were ready, but he didn't show." That short comment sent shockwaves across social media. Fans flooded Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram, demanding explanations, speculating wildly, and sharing theories. The timeline only fueled the drama. From the initial announcement to countdowns and hype threads, everything was building toward this moment, and then the no-show turned the excitement into confusion. Fans were divided. Some were frustrated, claiming he backed out last minute. Others tried to rationalize it, maybe travel issues, technical difficulties, or personal matters, but the lack of communication left everyone guessing. Then, the rumors started flying. Some claimed a leaked DM screenshot hinted at tension between Dr. Umar and the podcast team. Anecdotal insider reports suggested disagreements over topics and the episode's direction. Others suspected he wanted to avoid certain questions or controversies going public. With no official explanation, every speculation gained traction, feeding a storm of online debates. Meanwhile, the podcast team maintained a tight-lipped silence, only adding fuel to the fire. Their restraint was interpreted in different ways. Some saw it as professional patience, while fans interpreted it as evasiveness. Within hours, discussion threads exploded. Clips of empty chairs, countdown screenshots, and comment reactions went viral, transforming a simple missed appearance into a full-blown controversy. What started as an ordinary guest invitation quickly became a turning point in Dr. Umar's public narrative. His absence not only shocked loyal fans, but also gave rise to countless discussions, videos, and hot takes, making this incident the undeniable spark that reignited curiosity, rumors, and debates across the entire YouTube community. Almost immediately after Dr. Umar Johnson missed the podcast, the internet exploded. On Twitter/X, hashtags like Dr. Umar No Show and Where is Dr. Umar began trending within hours. Fans, critics, and curious onlookers flooded the platform, turning the incident into one of the hottest online debates of the week. Every post, comment, and retweet amplified the drama, making it impossible to ignore. As always, meme culture jumped in. Users started creating hilarious graphics and videos. Empty chairs, countdown clocks frozen at the time of the scheduled episode, and reaction shots of the hosts. Some memes poked fun at the situation, joking, "Dr. Umar's ghosting us again," while others added sarcastic captions like, "The most awaited podcast episode. That never happened." Within a day, the story had crossed platforms, making its way to TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts, fueling the gossip even further. Hardcore supporters immediately came to Dr. Umar's defense. Comments flooded social media saying, "He's protecting himself," and "Sometimes you have to step back from platforms that don't respect your narrative." Fans highlighted his history of outspoken views and suggested that avoiding certain podcasts might be a strategic move to safeguard his message. On the other hand, haters weren't holding back. Critics argued he's scared of tough questions and avoiding accountability is typical. Neutral commentators, including smaller YouTubers and bloggers, tried to analyze the situation without taking sides. They debated everything from possible scheduling conflicts to behind-the-scenes disagreements with the podcast team, offering their own theories while keeping their content analytical. Meanwhile, the YouTube community went wild. Other creators made reaction videos, top 10 speculation lists, and commentary clips, effectively adding fuel to the controversy. Podcast discussion forums buzzed nonstop. Users dissected past episodes, compared appearances, and questioned whether Dr. Umar was intentionally avoiding high-profile conversations. A recurring question dominated these debates. Is Dr. Umar avoiding accountability, or is there more behind the scenes? By the end of the week, what started as a simple no-show had morphed into a full-blown online phenomenon. Fans, haters, and neutral observers alike continued to speculate, meme, and debate, ensuring the controversy remained at the forefront of social media discussions, and leaving everyone wondering what Dr. Umar's next move would be. One of the most talked about theories behind Dr. Umar Johnson missing the podcast is simple yet powerful. He wants to control his narrative. For someone like Dr. Umar, whose words carry weight and spark debate, unpredictability can be risky. Podcasts, no matter how professional, are inherently unpredictable. Hosts often throw curveball questions, challenge statements, or steer conversations in directions that might catch a guest off guard. For Dr. Umar, that's a risk he's not willing to take. Every appearance has the potential to be clipped, edited, or taken out of context. Viral clips, while beneficial for some, have previously caused controversies where words were misrepresented. One moment of misquotation could create waves across social media, lead to heated debates, and even fuel haters. Dr. Umar knows this, and he also knows the internet never forgets. A single misstep on someone else's platform could overshadow years of work. That's why speaking on his own platforms gives him full control. There's no editing controversy, no unexpected questions, and no pressure to conform to someone else's agenda. He can present his thoughts, philosophies, and critiques exactly as he wants, maintaining the integrity of his message. His live streams, seminars, and personal videos allow him to guide the discussion, interact with his audience on his own terms, and respond without being blindsided. This raises a critical question. Is Dr. Umar skipping podcasts purely for self-protection, or is it also a strategic move to protect his brand? Every public figure faces scrutiny, but controlling how and where you appear can make a huge difference in perception. By avoiding unpredictable environments, Dr. Umar safeguards not only his reputation, but also the trust his followers place in him. In short, the controlled environment theory isn't just speculation. For Dr. Umar, it's about navigating the digital world smartly, ensuring that his powerful voice reaches the audience as intended, unfiltered, unedited, and undeniably authentic. Another major reason speculated for Dr. Umar Johnson skipping the podcast revolves around legal and controversy pressure. Over the years, Dr. Umar has never shied away from bold statements, challenging systems, and tackling sensitive topics. While this fearless approach has gained him a loyal following, it has also drawn scrutiny, criticism, and even legal attention from various quarters. Podcasts are public, recorded, and permanent. One offhand comment could ignite a storm that spreads across platforms in minutes. Critics argue that this pressure isn't surprising. Every high-profile figure faces legal and public scrutiny, and Dr. Umar is no exception. From educational policies to financial and community-related controversies, he has occasionally been in the spotlight for reasons beyond his control. A live, unfiltered podcast could be risky. Any misstep could be used against him in ways that fans and casual viewers might not anticipate. Additionally, podcast hosts often push boundaries to generate buzz. Tough questions, provocative debates, or unexpected confrontations could create content that ends up fueling controversy rather than clarifying his stance. For someone as meticulous about his messaging as Dr. Umar, the potential fallout might outweigh the benefits. The digital landscape doesn't forgive mistakes, and even a minor misunderstanding could trigger months of online speculation. Insiders suggest that advisors and legal teams likely caution high-profile figures about where they speak. Avoiding certain platforms could be a strategic move, a preventative measure to ensure that nothing taken out of context undermines years of work and credibility. Some fans argue it's overcautious, while others see it as smart risk management, especially in an era where viral clips travel faster than statements of clarification. In short, legal and controversy pressure might not just be speculation. For Dr. Umar, skipping podcasts could be a calculated way to stay protected, maintain control, and avoid unnecessary public battles. In a world where every word is magnified and dissected, avoiding high-risk platforms is often the safest path, and perhaps the smartest move to maintain his influence and credibility. Another hot theory behind Dr. Umar Johnson's podcast no-shows points to something many fans might overlook: the reputation of the hosts themselves. In the YouTube ecosystem, not all podcasts are created equal. Some hosts chase views and clicks at all costs, often twisting conversations or editing clips to fit a more sensational narrative. For a figure like Dr. Umar, whose words carry serious weight, aligning with a host who prioritizes entertainment over accuracy could be risky. Over the years, there have been incidents where guests felt set up, asked tricky questions, or put into situations designed to generate drama rather than meaningful dialogue. Social media users often recall viral moments where interviews were heavily edited, taken out of context, and then spread across platforms with misleading headlines. Dr. Umar is well aware of how these clips can circulate, fueling debates and even backlash, sometimes unfairly. Fans and insiders suggest that some podcast teams have clashing styles with Dr. Umar's own approach. His philosophy-driven, thoughtful conversations don't always align with hosts that thrive on quick, attention-grabbing sound bites. The mismatch in approach could easily turn a serious discussion into a misrepresentation of his ideas. Furthermore, trust is a big factor. Once a guest senses that a host might manipulate, misquote, or sensationalize content, the incentive to participate diminishes. For Dr. Umar, skipping certain podcasts could simply be about avoiding unnecessary drama, protecting his image, and ensuring that his message reaches the audience authentically. One of the most intriguing theories about Dr. Umar Johnson's podcast absence is his strategic silence. Silence in the world of public figures can be more powerful than words. Every appearance carries risk. Every comment can spark debates, misinterpretations, or even controversies. By choosing not to engage on certain platforms, Dr. Umar may be intentionally creating a sense of mystery, keeping fans, critics, and creators guessing. In the digital age, curiosity drives engagement. When someone suddenly goes quiet, speculation skyrockets. Memes, tweets, YouTube reaction videos, and debates
flood social media. Ironically, by not appearing, Dr. Umar ensures that the spotlight stays on him. Every missed podcast becomes a story, every silence becomes a headline. In a way, absence amplifies attention rather than diminishes it. Experts in media strategy often point out that scarcity equals demand. Fans are more likely to share, discuss, and obsess over content that's limited or rare. By being selective about where he speaks, Dr. Umar controls the narrative indirectly. His silence generates as much buzz as any interview ever could. It keeps his audience engaged, his name trending, and the controversy alive without him saying a single word. Moreover, strategic silence can protect him from unpredictable hosts, misquoted statements, or unnecessary drama. It's a clever way to maintain influence while avoiding platforms that could dilute his message. Every no-show and every quiet moment becomes a calculated move, ensuring his persona remains untouchable, enigmatic, and influential. As Dr. Umar Johnson's podcast No Show made waves across social media, the podcast hosts themselves finally responded, offering a rare glimpse into the behind-the-scenes drama. In a brief statement, one host admitted, "We were fully prepared, but he didn't show up." While short, this comment immediately sparked more questions than answers. Fans and critics alike wondered what really happened and why such a high-profile guest would simply vanish without an explanation. Industry insiders quickly weighed in, highlighting the pressures that come with hosting someone as influential as Dr. Umar. For podcast teams, securing a guest of his caliber is a huge win. Views, subscribers, and engagement spike instantly. But at the same time, there's a delicate balance. Missteps, misunderstandings, or awkward moments can backfire, potentially leading to public backlash. Hosts are aware that handling a figure like Dr. Umar requires careful navigation, and his absence left many wondering if he simply felt the risk wasn't worth it. Some hosts emphasized professionalism, noting that despite his absence, the show must go on. Others expressed frustration, hinting at last-minute communication issues or logistical challenges that may have contributed to the situation. Within the podcasting community, discussions about trust, reputation, and preparedness started trending. How do you host someone whose presence is so magnetic, yet so unpredictable? Fans also noted the ripple effect this no-show had on the industry. Other podcast creators now approach invitations with caution, aware that a single misstep or miscommunication could generate controversy. Ultimately, the host's responses, combined with insider commentary, reinforced just how complex high-profile podcast appearances have become, and why Dr. Umar's decision to step back, for whatever reason, has only intensified speculation and debate across the digital landscape. Over the past year, sharp-eyed fans have noticed a significant shift in Dr. Umar Johnson's approach to public appearances. Once a regular on high-profile podcasts, his presence has become noticeably rarer. Some speculate this isn't just a coincidence, it could be a deliberate move signaling a new phase in how he engages with his audience. Analyzing patterns from 2023 to 2025, it's clear that Dr. Umar is favoring solo streams, seminars, and personal platforms over third-party podcasts. These controlled environments allow him to speak freely, shape his narrative, and directly interact with followers without worrying about unpredictable hosts or viral misquoting. By choosing where and how he communicates, he maintains authority and influence while minimizing potential risks. This shift also reflects a deeper strategy of audience control. Podcasts can generate massive exposure, yes, but they also come with uncertainties, live questions, editing controversies, and spontaneous moments that might be taken out of context. By stepping back from these platforms, Dr. Umar ensures that every word shared publicly is deliberate and impactful, safeguarding both his credibility and brand. Dr. Umar Johnson's decision to step back from high-profile podcasts carries significant implications for his legacy. For a public figure whose influence has largely been built on bold statements, viral interviews, and controversial debates, Every absence is noticed and dissected by fans, critics, and the media alike. The missed podcast isn't just a skipped appearance. It's a symbolic moment that shapes how audiences perceive him moving forward. On one hand, his selective approach could enhance his mystique. By appearing less frequently, Dr. Umar creates a sense of scarcity that fuels curiosity. Every public statement becomes more impactful, and every appearance carries extra weight. Fans are more engaged, speculating on what he might say next, which in turn keeps his influence alive even without constant visibility. On the other hand, skeptics argue that avoiding platforms may distance him from casual audiences. Podcasts offer massive exposure, yes, but they also come with uncertainties, live questions, editing controversies, and spontaneous moments that might be taken out of context. By stepping back from these platforms, Dr. Umar ensures that every word shared publicly is deliberate and impactful, safeguarding both his credibility and brand. Dr. Umar Johnson skipping a major podcast isn't just another celebrity no-show. It's a moment that speaks volumes about power, strategy, and influence in the digital age. For fans and observers, it's tempting to focus on the drama, the missed opportunity, the social media speculation, the memes. But beneath the surface, the story highlights something deeper: how public figures manage their visibility and protect their narrative in a world where every word can be clipped, shared, and debated endlessly. Celebrities, thought leaders, and influencers increasingly recognize the risks of uncontrolled platforms. One poorly framed question, one viral clip, or one misquote can overshadow years of credibility. Dr. Umar's approach demonstrates a calculated awareness of these dynamics. By choosing where and when to engage, he preserves authority, maintains influence, and ensures that his core audience receives his message in its intended form. For fans, the lesson is clear. Visibility doesn't always equal impact. Sometimes silence and selectivity amplify a figure's presence more than constant appearances ever could. This incident also sparks reflection on accountability, trust, and communication between public figures and their audiences. Ultimately, Dr. Umar's missed podcast is more than a viral story. It's a case study in modern celebrity strategy. It reminds us that in today's fast-paced digital world, every choice, including the choice not to appear, matters. And as the debates, memes, and speculation continue, one thing is certain: people are watching, talking, and waiting to see what he does next.